and I just got done watching 1992's Of Mice and Men, based on the book by John Steinbeck and starring Gary Sinise, who also directed this, John Malkovich, Ray Walston and Sherry Lynn Fenn. This I've seen numerous times over the years, starting from when I studied this in GCSE English. And it's an excellent adaptation of the book. It's one of those movies that, you know, we see so many of these kind of book adaptations that then kind of suck when put on screen. But this is as true to the book as, you know, a movie that's only an hour and 40 minutes long can be. I mean, the original book isn't that long anyway, but it's that kind of thing where, like I say, it's amazing how true it can be. I think the only thing that is kind of missing is Crooks, the Negro stable hand, who's excellently played by Joe Morton in this. His character is a lot cut down compared to you know, how he was in the book. Basically, it tells the story though of two drifters, George Milton, played by Sinise, and his companion Lenny Small, who's mentally, I'm trying to think of the politically correct way of putting this, I guess mentally retarded is probably not the right term now, but mentally challenged. He's this tall hulking guy who's a little simple and loves to touch soft things, you know, like velour and velvet and, you know, soft hair and stuff, except he has no, like, stop button. It's like once he starts, he can't stop, and he gets a bit exuberant, which can then lead to trouble, which has happened to them in the past. And especially because, you know, he gets given, you know, he gets these mice and stuff, and he pets them far too hard and they die. But they're drifting through Depression-era America, going from, like, farm to farm, ranch to ranch even, and, you know, working to get by and make money. And it basically tells their story when they go to this one ranch, where there's a mixture of different characters, including Casey Shemeshko's Curly, who's a little man with a bit of a ego issue. But it's basically seeing that and, you know, watching as they deal with this kind of life and dealing with Lenny's kind of problem. And like I say, it's brilliantly adapted from the book. Everybody, I don't think anybody feels miscast or anything like that. And Gary Sinise I didn't really know before. It's like I say, it's difficult for me to remember because I studied this when I was at school. But as far as I remember, I don't remember Gary Sinise from anything else before this. Of course, then afterwards, I remember seeing, like, Forrest Gump and that, but this was the first thing. And to learn that he actually directed this, I always find it interesting when you see, like, especially actors who then get behind the camera and you're kind of comparing them to see if they're actually any good at it. And Sinise is completely competent in this. There's so much emotion, and I love even the shots, like the bookends of seeing George just on this rail, in this rail car, in darkness as the shadows play across him as he's thinking back to what's happened and led him to being on his own by the end. That feels emotional, and you know what? John Malkovich I'm not a big fan of, and I think Randy Quaid's Lenny from the 81 version of this movie, of the story even, from the TV movie version of the story, I think I find his Lenny truer to what we were led to believe he was like, the way he spoke and stuff, when we read it at school. But Malkovich's version is very different. I don't know, I didn't like it when I originally saw the movie years ago, but I think I've grown to like it more. It's still not that slow drawl like George can attend to rabbits. You know, it's not that kind of, it's this kind of, I guess, what we know more to be a mentally challenged person now, with the slight lisp and stuff like that. But like I said, I think this is one of my favourite roles that Malkovich has done, because, like I said, I'm not a big fan of his, but I enjoyed this role. But generally, I like. There's not much I can't. There is nothing wrong with this movie. The script is very true to the story, like I say, to the book, and I think sometimes it feels a little wooden as a result, because it feels like it's been completely lifted from the pages, and not much has been added to flesh it out. But I think the thing is, I mentioned about the crooks not being used much and stuff. I think they had to focus on the George and Lenny dynamic, and that comes to fruition at the end when you see the absolute heartbreak on George's face. I'm not going to give spoilers. I think everybody knows the end by now. But I'm not going to give spoilers. And just Sinise's performance, just, you know what, I've seen this movie, like I say, numerous times. I know the story. But even just watching it just then, I was tearing up at the end. And that just says a lot about the performance and how much you get sucked into those characters. So if you're after a good period, you know, kind of Depression-era drama, something that really shows the toughness of getting by, and shows really like a friendship that shouldn't work but just does, and just the care that people, if you liked like Rain Man, it's that kind of thing in a way, but if you like that kind of thing, if you want to see a good adaptation of this book, then please do check out, give a chance to 1992's Of Mice and Men. That was tonight's movie. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'm not sure what we've got, but looking forward to seeing it. Looking also forward to seeing your comments. See what version you like. Either the is it 1939 version, or the 81 version, or this one. Please let me know. Thanks for watching now. And for now, this is Sketch, signing out.